Hey there, it's Victoria Gallagher, and I want to thank you for being here with me today and for being a subscriber. Today, I just want to talk to you a little bit about a very powerful concept that totally has the ability to shift your entire world when it comes to the whole manifesting, law of attraction, achieving your dreams. It's one of the most powerful, most simple, yet one of the hardest things that you will ever do. But it is one of the most necessary and needed shifts that you need to make. So stay with me here. So sometimes in your journey of manifesting, you are going to find that you get hit with all sorts of evidence to the contrary. You're going to find all sorts of roadblocks. You're going to find sometimes, it's not always the case, but, sometimes just the manifestations take a little longer and you have to stay the course. And so when you look at the evidence that the universe or that your physical reality is showing you, and you allow yourself to get caught up in whatever is going on out there that is not reflecting what it is that you are trying to manifest, sometimes it can be really depressing, it can be really sad, and it can lower your vibration. And I want to remind you that the universe doesn't respond to necessarily the words in your head, the affirmations, the thoughts that you're thinking. What it responds to is the vibration. It responds to the emotion. It responds to the feeling. And so when you are thinking that, things aren't happening, you're not going to be feeling very good. You're not going to be feeling very high vibe. And so the key is we got to get you into a higher vibe place. And so the only way to really do that is you really have to almost like turn away. You have to turn away from your outer world. You've got to reflect on what it is that you know is happening, and that is happening in your inner world. So the key is that, like I said, sometimes the outer world is not showing you what you want to see. But we cannot be at the mercy of focusing on those external influences. We cannot look at and keep looking at the opinions, the judgments, the circumstances, the whatever it is that you're seeing out there or not seeing. You can't look at that, because all of those things can really get you down. They can really sway you from the beliefs that you have, your conviction. And the only way to really manifest something is you got to believe in it. You really have to believe. And if you are saying that you believe, but you're not feeling like you believe, then that's a conflict, and that's sending mixed messages to the universe. So the key to manifesting is really to have that. Well, first, you have to have that strong vibration. But the only way you're going to get that strong vibration is to have a strong level of belief. So how do you do that? How do you maintain your ability to believe in your dreams, even when it hasn't happened yet? And the key to maintaining that strong belief in your dreams is to continuously, consciously choose to turn away from the external distractions, turn away from anything that is trying to show you evidence to the contrary of what it is that you're manifesting. You've got to learn how to focus inward, because that is the reality. That's where everything gets started. That's where everything gets created. Every invention, every successful manifester, they all started there. They all started by strongly influencing their inner mind, their subconscious mind, and showing it over and over and over again what it is that you wish to see. So you have to turn inward and choose what it is that you want to believe. It's your choice. And this inward focus it's not about ignoring the reality, although it kind of is. You do accept and you do recognize, what's going on out there, because that way maybe you need to make some kind of an adjustment. Maybe that's helping you to know whatever changes you might need to make, but you're still remaining, you're not looking at those signs, you're not looking at those your reality out there and saying, oh, I guess it's just not going to happen yet. You're looking at that reality to say, okay, stay the course, and also maybe looking at what can I do? Like you're really just kind of like looking at it to say, like, what can I do to become even stronger in my motivation and my confidence and my belief. And, sometimes you can just get stuck there in staying stuck and looking. If you're continuing to look out there and you're not getting the evidence that you wish to see, that's a really, really tough place to be. So you have to do whatever you need to do to continue to realize that the true power to change your life, it does not come from looking out there. It comes from looking in here, looking inside, looking at your desire, getting your thoughts in alignment with what it is that you choose to believe, continuing to deepen that belief, and and just continuing to stay focused within. It's understanding that all of those outside circumstances, they don't mean anything to you. It's simply just a reflection of where you're at right now. And so you have to continue to shift your focus inward. You have to continue to align your thoughts. You have to continue to align your emotions. You have to continue to align your energy with your deepest desires. When we get in the habit of turning inward, what we're doing is we are giving ourselves the opportunity to continue to connect with the universe, to connect with our own inner minds, to connect with our true intention, to connect with our deepest desires. And you wouldn't have this desire if it wasn't meant to happen. And so many times people end up giving up when they're this close. And so understand that, it's always darkest before dawn. So when you get to that place where you just feel like giving in the towel, that's where you need to just continue to turn inward and find that space inside of yourself where all of your desires exist. And you came equipped with the ability to bring this into fruition. Otherwise it wouldn't be a thought that you would even have. All you're doing by having this desire is allowing your authentic, your true self to be alive and to guide you toward your life purpose. And so, you need to take time each day to turn away from your outer world and turn back in to connect with your deepest desires. And it's in this space where you are going to find the clarity, where you're going to continue to find the conviction, where you're going to continue to turn away from all that outside noise, all the outside chaos of the external world, and tune into the quietness, where everything is calm, everything is peaceful, everything is there for us, where your desire has already manifested. And it's, when you manifest it to the degree that you have a vibration that's in alignment with it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you actually have to be able to manifest your internal reality to the point where you can just feel it, where you can believe in it. You've got to manifest it to that level. if you can't manifest that, then you can't manifest, in the physical. It has to first take root in your subconscious mind. And that's the work. That's the work of the manifestation, is that you've got to believe it with all your heart. You've got to allow that seed to be fully planted, and you've got to allow yourself to feel the energy. And so your work is simply to continue to reaffirm your beliefs, strengthen any resolve, and just amp up that passion for whatever it is that you're manifesting. Allow yourself to feel and act as if it has already happened. So how do you turn away from those doubts that the outside world loves to seem to present to you sometimes? You need to take time every day for stillness. So, having a morning routine, for example, where you wake up and you continue to direct your mind to one thought. When you direct your mind to one thought, and you do that over and over and over again, this is like the exercise for your brain. This is the practice of exercising your own thoughts, your own ability to thought. Then what that will do is then in the later part of your day, when life starts showing you, oh, it's not happening, and you want to travel down that road with your thoughts, and you want to continue to project even more of that out there, you're able to get a hold of that and say, I am not going to think like that. I'm going to think the thoughts that I choose to think. That's what the exercise of that silent meditation is. The other exercise is the hypnosis, where you are continuing to visualize and give yourself the affirmations that what you desire to create is happening. So you want to take time each morning to do those two things, to silently meditate, as well as to reprogram your mind with the power of hypnosis. This is the time where you work on strengthening the power of your mind, strengthening the power of your mind to focus on what it is that you truly want to believe about your ability to manifest your dreams. And then, like I said, when life starts hitting you with all the reasons not to believe, you have disciplined yourself to turn away from that world and live in your inner world. That's where you live. And you have to almost put a veil up. You have to wear those rose-colored glasses. Walk around in these rose-colored glasses like, this is my reality. Whatever it is that you're creating, you walk around in your world as if it's already happened. Do whatever you need to do to get yourself back into a state of believing again. And just remember that the external world is temporary. All of it's temporary. The good stuff as well as the bad stuff. It's all temporary. It's always changing. So nothing is permanent. And so if you're in a bad place, just recognize that that's not going to last forever. But also, understand that even when you're in the good places, that doesn't always last forever either. And, we have to be able to ebb and flow and go with the ups and downs of the way that this world works. And realize, the external world is also full of different variables. We don't have necessarily we don't control everything and everyone and every time that everything happens. But what we do have control of is our own inner world. And as long as we do the inner work, as long as we get our inner thoughts, our beliefs, our attitudes shaped in a way that, it's inevitable that our dream will come to pass, then it will come to pass. We just have to keep focusing on the inner beliefs. We have to keep nurturing the seeds that we've planted. We have to keep creating a strong foundation. And we have to keep taking action and making decisions that are all in alignment with what it is that we choose to create. And this inward focus is what's going to keep you on the right track toward turning your dream from just a thought into your reality. And like I said, it's not always easy to do. I have been dealing with this particular manifestation myself for a very long time, and it's coming. It is right around the corner. And this is a self-talk that I have been giving to myself, and I wanted to share it with you. And know that the more you do this, the more you can just keep remembering to turn away from the outside distractions, the influences of the outer world, and focus on what you want to believe. Focus on strengthening your inner belief to make that inner belief your normal way of living. And the more you do that, the sooner you will turn your inner world into your outer world. It takes commitment, it takes trust, and it takes time to strengthen and nurture that inner voice and that inner vision to let it guide you toward your dreams. And by doing this, you're going to empower yourself. We're going to empower ourselves to manifest the life that we desire and deserve. And so, speaking of empowerment and belief, stay tuned for my upcoming Believe app. It is coming soon, and it is an amazing tool that is designed to help you in this manifestation journey of turning inward and strengthening your belief. And with my new Believe Hypnosis app, you are going to have access to about 1,000 mindset audios that are going to assist you in your journey of manifestation and personal growth. And so once the app goes live, I'm going to let you know about it and you can go get it. But for now, I just want to thank you for sticking with me on this journey. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember, what you choose to believe inwardly has the power to transform your life outwardly. So stay tuned for more information about when my new Believe Hypnosis app comes live, and let's together make our dreams a reality. Bye for now.